And we're back.
Why?
Oh, Landon, what's wrong?
We are on our top 5.
Landon, what's wrong?
I don't know. Why are we...
Did you hurt yourself?
I hurt myself playing Jack's number 5 game.
My number 5 game is Tales from the Borderlands.
I did hurt myself playing this game once.
Did you?
No.
This was so... It seems like it was so planned, and I was just like, am I just like a sheep here?
You are a sheep. But that's besides the point. Tell us about Tales from the Borderlands, Jack.
Tales from the Borderlands is a great game by Telltale Games.
By KJ, I mean...
and honestly, like... it's a really good game. It's got, like, a great story and really fun characters because, you know, it's like Borderlands, you know, Gearbox, they make... The Borderlands is known for their memorable characters, and, it's the best... It's not the best, but, like, you know, I have my usual problems with it that I do with, like, a lot of Telltale games, and by a lot, I mean, like, literally all of them, is that they always stress like every decision you make will affect the outcome of the game. When really a lot of the time decisions you make won't affect anything and you'll get like the same results. But there are a few like major decisions that do actually change the outcome of the game.
Loaderbot though.
Loaderbot is amazing.
From the very beginning, if you decide with the Loaderbot one, if you decide to let him explode or let him run away, that affects... If you fucking choose Loaderbot to explode, you are a horrible person. I did that, and it's hilarious. Just playing through the rest of the game is fucking hilarious.
How the fuck... How... Why is that?
Because he's so passive-aggressive about it for the rest of the game. And
oh, right, because he comes back.
He comes back, because, you know, he doesn't, like, this is really spoilers, so fucking the Loaderbot. But he comes back, and he's just so, like, resentful and passive-aggressive to Reese for the rest of the game about Reese making him explode. And
see, I didn't make him explode, and he's still really cool.
I mean, he's cool regardless, but he's just fucking... It's hilarious. Oh.
He goes emo.
So, moral of the story, if you want better comedy value, make him explode at the beginning of the game.
A little bit.
I do love the characters and the voice acting. I mean, the two main characters are voiced by Nolan North and Laura Bailey. That's like a fucking power duo.
They're just like...
For success.
All night. I'll take some of my scissors and I'll just like... They just fucking... All night.
Okay, you can... I haven't beaten the game yet. I haven't beaten every episode yet.
Oh.
I'm like halfway through episode 3 right now.
What? It gets good. It gets gooder.
It gets gooder.
It gets gooder.
Good. Because I like it a lot so far. It's really funny. Spoilers happen. Yeah, that's all I had to say. It's good. What are you gonna do? Stab me?
Yes.
Oh. Alright. What are you gonna do? Stab me with scissors that are on fire?
Yes.
That would actually hurt.
That would hurt.
Okay, so my number 5 is whatever you want it to be based on the tools you have at your disposal. So
Lexine's Quest?
Lexine's Quest.
RPG Maker.
RPG Maker MV. That's his game of the year.
No. It's Super Mario Maker.
Oh,
Super Mario Maker is what Jack said. It's a game ? And it's good. It's also not so good. It's good because you can make whatever levels you want, and there's some actually really good levels out there. Like I saw some really, really fun levels, but also you were just like what was already said, you can come into some bad apples. But the amount of freedom that you have, while a lot of people complain that it was restrictive, the fact that you have as much to work with as you do at all, like you can create some pretty unique and crazy levels with it. And it's really just, it's up to your creativity, and just having the ability to make your own Mario levels in an official title is just really cool. It was something that I always thought would have been a cool idea, and I'm glad that they finally did it, because I need to get back to making more levels. It just sucks that your uploads depend on your star rating, so if you don't get a lot of stars, you can't upload a lot all at once. But other than that, I think the game's great. I'm looking forward to making more levels, playing more levels. I've already made some levels. I've already played a bunch of levels, and I'm going to do more of that in the future.
Plug.
Also play Landon's levels. Landon's levels are good too, and Jack's level. The one level.
Jack, make more levels.
Yes, please.
So I can make more videos of me playing your guys' levels and saying, man, this is a level.
So, Justin.
What number are we on again?
5.
Oh, 5. My number 5 is Resident Evil Revelations 2. Because...
Okay, I'm done. Sorry.
Oh. Because I'm the big Resident Evil buff. I've played every single game. I LP'd one and got a poop ending. But, anyway. Revelations 2 is pretty fun. It's definitely very different from the first one, which I'm not sure what I think about that. Like, the first one was like, kind of like fucking, you know, like the older ones, like you backtrack. There's rooms that you can revisit, and sometimes they're a little bit different if you come back. But this one's more like 5, basically, where you just keep going. Sometimes there's a little bit of backtracking, but it's mostly in the area that you're currently at. It seems to like to swap between, like just natural, like, you know, regular enemies to fight, and then being like too spooky because Barry has to fight some like horrible abominations that are fucking annoying to kill, and instant kill fucking bugs. I hate those fucking things. Because when you switch over to Barry, it becomes like a weird kind of like, use this character as like your main support character, because otherwise you're pretty much going to get fucked by everything that you fight in this area. That's pretty much Barry in a nutshell. Who else did you play as in that game? I forgot.
Claire.
Oh, yeah, Claire and, what's her face? Moira. Crowbar.
Fallout 3.
Moira from Fallout 4. Wait. Half-Life 2. There we go.
Oh.
Continue.
But I still like the game. And, it's actually got multiple endings, which I'm actually kind of surprised at. Resident Evil games haven't really done that since, like, the older days. But, actually, I don't think they've done that since Nemesis ended. Unless Code Veronica. Well, I guess I'd have to play Code Veronica again to remember. But
4, 5, and 6 and Revelations don't have multiple endings.
Yeah, that was mostly an old school Resident Evil thing.
I mean, that's because they were more for speedruns, so and like get good runs. So
yeah. Which, I think Resident Evil 1 has the most endings. Anyway, I think it's a fun game. It's a little bit, like I said, it's a little bit different from the first game, but I don't think that's too much of a detriment, unless you really like the kind of like Metroidvania kind of feel of it, where you were just constantly going back and forth and getting new shit and feeling like you're progressing and, you know, whatnot. If you weren't maybe a fan of Resident Evil 5, you might not like how the progression works, but, I don't think it's that bad. As a matter of fact, it's one of the better Resident Evil games, in my opinion. But yeah, good game.
Good game.
Good game.
Good game.
London.
GG.
I will say this because it's another game that I had on my fucking list of honorables. I never got to beat it because there's a lot of things coming out, and like I meant to go back and beat it, and especially now. And now it's like, well, I can't even fucking play my PS4 and enter rant here about it. But no, I really enjoy it, which is good because it was something like I was looking forward to last year.
Oh,
yes.
I will say this one thing closing out. My only complaint about that game, no online.
That is true.
That fucking sucks.
That was like, I was very, like, the story not being online. I mean, there is technically online in raid mode.
Online? You have online?
You have online in raid mode? Raid mode is online, but story. That's what, like, I was kind of hoping that would have online. But, oh well. Oh well.
Your turn,
I know whose turn it is, Jack. I was just about to say my number 5, and then you cut me off. I will. Yes, I don't have a number 5. You're right.
Okay, my number 4.
My number 5 is. Shit. Where are we?
Number 5.
Number 5.
My number 5 is a Vita game that I was very surprised about. I bought it on a whim. It's called Lost Dimension. This also came out for the PS3, but I bought it for the Vita because I was like, I don't even play my PS3. So I was like, all right, I'll play
PS3 is so last gen.
That is a true statement, actually. Please tell that to people, because people are still calling like PS4 and Xbox One next gen. It's like, no.
No, they're current gen.
Current gen.
Current gen.
Current gen.
Get with the times.
Please, I want to stab you in the throat. They've been out 2 fucking years. Shit. Oh my god. Anyway, Lost Dimension. It's an RPG that I forget who made it, because I'm like, I don't care. Anyway, Lost.
I'll look it up.
Please do. Lost Dimension is an RPG where you have a group of people, and they all have super special powers, and they're trying to climb a tower.
Nippon Ichi.
Nippon Ichi. There you go. Anyway, they're climbing a tower, and every floor, you have to kill someone off in your group, because someone in your group is a traitor. Also, the main bad guy is an asshole, and he's just like, you gotta do it in order to progress.
Oh yeah, I remember that game you were telling me about it.
I was talking about this. It's fun, and I was very surprised by it, and like, I played through it, and I even got into platinum, because that's like, that doesn't happen always. Like, I don't always like go out of my way to get a platinum, but this game, like, I was like really into for, I don't know, like 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks maybe, and I was just like, I'm gonna fucking do this shit. Like, I really liked it. The characters are cool, which is nice, because you sort of have to like characters. You don't have to like characters, but you sort of like have to figure out about characters and like just fucking go into their head, because the main character has like, he can like fucking read people's minds and shit, and he is broken as fuck. Holy shit.
You said every playthrough is different?
Every playthrough is different. They randomize the traitor, who the traitors are, and so you don't always get to have the same team.
It kind of sounds like a board game made into like a video game, and I like that.
Kind of. I think it's something you might like. I think it's fun.
It sounds interesting.
It's got like, combat-wise, it's sort of like, it's like a turn-based action RPG. I don't know, it's weird, because you take turns, but it's sort of like Valkyria Chronicles, actually. Let's put it that way. It's where you like move around, and you then select, like, you do your attack. You should probably watch Valkyria Chronicles if you haven't seen gameplay of it. Mm-hmm. But like, Justin gets that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So like, that's sort of how like the easiest way to describe how like combat works. And you do get like skills, and if you kill someone off, they actually like, you don't lose their abilities. You can give they turn into like a cube, and like you give that to someone, and then they have access to that person's abilities. So, and then that will actually unlock different abilities for characters, because, like, say someone could unlock something, but they need the pyrotechnic. If you kill off your pyro girl and give them that cube, that'll give them that ability to be able to use. So there's, like, strategy in that sense. There's a lot of stuff going on, and I enjoyed it. It's pretty short, honestly. It's like, I don't know, maybe 12, 15 hours for your first playthrough, and then after that, you can run through it pretty quick. There's some extra modes and stuff, and I enjoyed it. It's good.
Oh.
All right.
My number 4 is Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. Oh. This is a good game. But for real though. Metal Gear Phantom Pain is very different from previous Metal Gear installments in that it is like an open world game where you can basically do whatever the fuck missions you want. You want to just fucking like take down an enemy base? Go for it. Maybe it'll be a part of a mission. I don't know, but it's and you have a horse and you have a dog, and then there's quiet, and everybody has a fun time eating cake and ice cream because Konami's dead. Yay!
Oh,
They're not actually dead, but they may as well be.
this is the last game you'll ever buy from them.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, it's a really fun game. I don't know. One of the main issues I have with the game is that the game gives you, I mean, I don't necessarily find it a problem that the game gives you like a shit ton of like weapon upgrades and like weapon options, but if your goal is to not kill anyone, then you don't really need any of them.
Mm-hmm.
But whatever. Either way, it's still it's a great game. Yeah, Kiefer Sutherland is a good Snake.
Even though he barely says anything.
That is true, but yeah, it's a good game. I mean, but Landon, are you aware of the amazingness of a puppy's paw pads?
I've eaten puppies' feet before.
Oh no, don't do that.
Hey, DD's useful on like fucking dog meat.
Yeah,
When in Taiwan.
DD is better than dog meat.
Dog meat found something as he proceeds to just run a wall.
just run straight into a wall. You doing all right, buddy?
Sounds about right.
Well, I know Bethesda programmed this game.
Oh yeah, and the game looks fucking amazing. I mean, it's like the game is mostly desert, or at least until you get to Africa, but it's like it looks fucking amazing. The Fox engine is fucking fantastic.
It looks like porn?
Yes.
You guys saw that picture I took like randomly of like Dee like where he was like lying down. If you didn't know that was a game, you'd think that was a real fucking wolf.
Okay, I'm done.
Okay. My number 4 is Toho 15 Legacy of Lunacy Kingdom.
I knew it.
There's the obligatory Toho game.
Well, you guys knew it was coming. I'm actually, I mean, I don't know if 4 is that high or that low. It depends on your opinion for me. But anyway, it is actually has a few changes to. Well, a few. That's not really a few. It's like one major thing that's different. There's a new mode called it's called Point Device, which it's like you don't have lives, but there's checkpoints, and if you whenever you clear a certain point of any level, it's what's called a chapter. You complete the chapter, you are at that checkpoint. So if you die, you go back to that, and you reset with your bombs at that point. So like if you die and you don't have any bombs, you come back with like so many bombs or whatever. I don't know. I don't really play that one though because it's actually harder than the regular mode, which is which he renamed Legacy. Holy fucking shit, this game is hard as fucking balls. Oh my god. Okay. I've like one credit cleared like all the other major Toho games up to this point on normal. I have not done so yet on this game because oh my fucking god, this game is hard. There's 4 characters that are playable. They all have one shot type. There's Reimu, Marisa, Sanae, and Raisin. And Raisin is the only one that will give you a fucking chance in hell at actually one credit clearing that game if you're like not already godly at fucking Toho, and I'm not. I'm like average. But it is fun as hell. The patterns are prettier than ever. The music is good. The characters I really don't care about except for America Pixie because she fucking literally is America. And the backgrounds are actually really, really cool looking. I think that's supposed to take place somewhere near like Makai because Makai has like these weird like Technicolor battlegrounds. Also, there's apparently a goth chick, but she's the extra boss, and I have not even fought her myself yet. But it is great. I'm not sure where I would put it in like my own list of Toho games. It's not like at the top. It's like upper middle probably, but fun game. It's Toho, and obviously it was going to be on my list. So that's about all I have to say about it.
Oh.
Justin.
Oh. What number were we?
4.
Oh. And my number 4 is Zeeny Weenieverse. This is probably the best Dragon Ball game to come out in years. And, it was made by Dimps. And Dimps is good at Dragon Ball games. They're kind of sketchy with Sonic nowadays, but they do good Dragon Ball games. They haven't let me down yet. You all should know Dragon Ball from, well, you know, all the numerous gameplay tips of how to get this when the game just decides, hey, you're not going to get a drop for like the 15 times you've tried this mission. I love the universe because it's like,
you will not be able to figure out some of the drops.
Oh yeah.
Without like help.
Like, one is simply a good game. Like, the fighting is pretty good. You know, it's very fast paced. This is probably one of the fastest Dragon Ball games in the series because you fucking like fly all over the place when you're dashing. It's probably got some of the biggest stages, that's for sure. It's a little bit limited, I believe, because of the fact that it had to cater to the older gens, which kind of sucks, but I'm pretty sure if they ever make a sequel to this game, it'll be better. It's gone online, and it's actually got co-op. Not for the story, unfortunately, but you can play the parallel quest, which is like the main focus of the game, if you want to think about it. And they're pretty fun. Some of them are almost necessary to have fucking actual players with, because the AI is kind of dumb, at least on your side. When you're fighting the AI, suddenly they have confidence. And, you know, overall, like, there is like a RPG system to it. You do have to level up your characters, because if you don't, you're going to get your fucking ass fisted. The random nature of the game might turn you off, because it is very, very fucking random. Unless you like
if you like MMOs, it's no problem though.
Yeah, unless you have Elder Kai, which can guarantee drops, so that's fun. Assuming you even get the fucking ultimate to activate it. You can also, there's also, just like any other typical Dragon Ball Z game or Dragon Ball game, whatever the fuck, you can fight people. They do the Battle of Z thing where you can actually have teams of like 2 and 3, except it's not total garbage, so that's good. And I think the game is a blast when you actually got friends to play with, because the AI is kind of like eh. And playing by yourself for a while can get kind of dull, even if the game seems initially fun. So I do recommend playing it with friends if you can. But overall, while a little bit of a difficult game and a little bit too random for my tastes, I still think this is a really great game.
Landon.
No, I'm rotating blocks. Shut up.
Fuck you.
You can't tell me how big my nose can be. You're not my dad.
Your dad isn't your dad.
No.
Your dad's not a phone.
My dad's an asshole.
Vitor is your dad.
That's weird. Wait.
Landon,
Hold
number
on.
4.
Hold on. I was thinking about that. I thought of my own father.
Yeah.
And then I made my own sister.
What?
Yes.
Wait, that was spoilers. Sorry. My number 4 is Pokemon Super Mr. Dungeon for the 3Ds. What are we talking about?
Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon.
Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon. Pokemon Mystery Super Dungeon.
Pokemon Super Pooper Scoopers.
Mystery Pokemon Dungeon Super. It's
what
fun.
do you have to say about it?
I think it's fun. I think it fixes the major complaint I had with Gates to Infinity, and that was they backtracked on being able to do multiple missions in
Yes.
And like the simple fact that I can do multiple missions in one dungeon outing is perfect. and everything else just needs to be there, and I will be happy with the game. They did, like Cloud was talking about in the last video. I believe it was the last video. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was the last video.
Yeah, it was part of my bottom 5.
If you didn't watch the last video, which is good because all those games are terrible, and you should feel good about yourself right now, or not, I don't know.
I mentioned the connection orb system.
The connection orb system is a thing now. The only thing I have, like, the only bad thing about the connection orb is if you like using a Pokemon, they can say, I don't really feel like doing work today.
That's one thing I didn't touch upon.
And, that's but I want to use you. Shut up.
Like, you're supposed to be enslaved. You do what I tell you.
You are my slave, but apparently these people aren't slaves. They're like...
Apparently, your partners actually have lives outside of your team. What?
That said, I do like the connection orb because now I don't have to worry about fucking number crunching for getting a Kecleon. And yeah, that's never fun. Although it is kind of fun. I do like that about the older games. There was one thing from Gates of Infinity that I liked, and that was there was a farming. Like, there was farms you could build. Like, you set up your own base and you could sort of be able to farm items. Not having that is I miss that. I will say this though, gold gives you 5 reviver seeds, so point moot, I guess, because just give the man a gold bar and you get fucking 5 reviver seeds. You can get a lot of gold. You find a lot of gold in life. You can get a lot of reviver seeds. I think I have 40 reviver seeds just from fucking giving away gold bars.
And you need them.
This game is Gates to Infinity wasn't super hard.
It was probably the easiest one, honestly.
Probably the easiest that we got outside of Japan, I would say. This one's harder. It's definitely, there's a lot of dungeons that you get to play through, which is cool. Oh?
Huh?
Yeah, I don't know. What else do I want to say? There was something else I was going to talk about. What was it? Cloud, what was the other thing I was going to talk about?
I'm trying to think what I didn't touch upon. I mean, I mentioned the connection system, how you get Pokemon through that, so you don't have to grind it.
That's what I was going to talk about. Story's good. Yeah. Story's good. I like the story. I actually beat it, unlike some people.
Oh,
okay. I actually
I'm working on it.
Yeah, no, it's fair. You got it pretty late. I
kind of got it really late.
Kind of really late. I beat it. I'm working on the post game. I pretty much said, fuck you, post game, trying to level up, because there's a lot of missions you have to do by yourself, and yeah. Or you could use the rescue. There's a rescue team that you can set up and go save yourself, which is kind of weird. This is fun. I like I said, this is
I think that's actually something that they...
Yeah.
Did they add that in? Because I know that previous games, you could have a friend save you, but you couldn't actually make your own team to save yourself.
No, that's something that I definitely don't remember about Gates to Infinity. This is something new, I would say.
Which I think that's cool in case you don't have anybody that wants to save your ass. You can just be fine, I'll just save myself.
You do get a limited number of tries to save yourself too, before you either have to fucking give up or let someone else do it. Or I think you have a certain number total. One of the two ways, which is okay. I mean, usually, I've only done it once because it was all the other times I'm nope, power off, restart, save scum.
Yeah, I just play really smart with my item and deposits in withdrawals, and I'll just take the experience and I'll just try over and over again, because I mean, you get enough chances going through the dungeon to pick up new items anyway.
The one thing though, that the reason why I don't is because
you could end up picking up really valuable stuff that you want to keep, and then end up losing it. That's understandable.
There is that. Also, the only reason why I ever lose is because fucking monster houses. I had one where I was just I'm just gonna go explore this dungeon because there's a legendary at the end. I run into one floor, floor 3, I ran into fucking 2 monster houses.
We can blame the lovely fucking Time and Darkness for that. Thanks, Explorers.
Well, it's fun, but it's not fun when I have two in the same floor.
Yeah, no.
There's added new stuff. They did take stuff away, which I think is fine. Like, I mean, some stuff that Gates to Infinity added in, I wish was still in, but they can't have everything ever. In terms of where I'd place it, in terms of other mystery dungeons, it's definitely above Gates to Infinity, just because of the simple fact that you can do multiple missions, which is like the only reason the Gates to Infinity is bad. I think it's around the same level, I think, as Blue and Red Rescue Team, in terms of, story. I don't know which one of those two I like more. I'd have to go play Blue Rescue Team again. But it's about that. It's in the middle, because time...
Oh, another feature that they ended up doing is the ability to just manually choose your Pokemon and partner, even if you take the quiz and don't get what you want.
It's true. And so,
that's nice.
While I was at work, they have a Super Mystery Dungeon commercial going through, and they talk about that. And so a customer was like, "Well, then what's the point of having it in there?" And I'm like, well, "Some people like that. People."
And I mean, if you're an outsider to the series, you won't really understand. It's a tradition that the series has followed, so it's just kind of there based on tradition. But I mean, the option to just manually pick is really nice.
Yeah. So. Or you're just going to end up doing the fucking quiz 1,000 times before you get the thing, or look it up online.
Exactly.
The game's fun. I recommend it. Go spend $40 right now. Stop listening to this video and go run to a store, even if it's 3 a.m. What do you think, Jack? What's your number 3?
My number 3 is Xenoblade Chronicles X, and what are the odds that both Justin and Landon have Xenoblade Chronicles X as their number 3?
Justin already said it for number 4, and no.
He said Xenoverse.
Oh, yeah. Xenoverse. Sorry. Yeah. Shit. I was I'm thinking Xeno. Okay, I'm going to go back to doing... It's not.
Okay.
I don't know about Justin.
What happened?
Is Xenoblade your number 3?
No.
Oh, okay. I guess I'm talking about Xenoblade by myself then.
Faggot.
Oh. Well, Xenoblade Chronicles X is a sequel to one of my favorite games of all time. It's a very different game. Despite being, technically a sequel. It focuses less on story and more on, going out and exploring the world and doing side quests and junk. And I like the approach. I mean, I don't like it quite as much as the original. Maybe it's just me being more a fan of, more traditional RPGs rather than, MMO-ish games. But it is still a really fun... really fun game. The game looks fucking great. It's got a good soundtrack. Not quite as good as the original, but it's many things. Cloud is the only one not in the cool kids club.
Yeah, I don't have Xenoblade Chronicles X, so I couldn't put it on my list, unfortunately.
It's a reference to a line that one of the characters says in the game. And there's different factions you can join and blah blah blah. You can do different things, and their scales are cool. Fucking flying around in giant mechs.
Too bad you don't have one, Jack.
Shut up, Justin. Either way, this is a really great game, and while I don't like it quite as much as the original, it is a good game. A great game. It is a game. It's not a game, actually. I lied.
Pick up your mind.
No.
All right.
Go now. Your turn.
My number 3 is Dragon Ball Xenoverse.
Oh, I'm assuming to this. This is mine as well. There we go.
Oh, you have number 3 for Xenoverse?
Yep.
All right, so this is me and Landon talking.
Into it.
I'm going to say the major thing that drew me in, obviously, was you get to make your own character, which is fucking awesome. And the story, being able to play as your own character and just go through all the timelines and just be like, yeah, my own character. The DeviantArt, the game, I'm going to beat the shit out of everybody that's ever existed in this show that actually matters, because I mean, like, half the cast was cut out, but most of them are people that, most of them, some of them, like the Android 16 wasn't in it, but whatever. Anyway, you get to, like, beat up most of the major characters and just be like, yes, my created DeviantArt character is the best character. There's 5 different races you can go for, but everybody goes for Saiyan because none of the other ones, except for, like, Frieza race, actually matter.
Oh,
I'm lying. I'm lying. The Namekian's a really cool class, and so's the Majins. They're all cool in their own way.
Humans are great.
Earthlings are actually arguably the best ones competitively, because they're just like key reheal all day. I personally went through my first run as a Saiyan like most people did. Like, I'm pretty sure like 70% of people did Saiyan.
Pop?
I said most. I did not say all. I said most. Listen, thank you.
No. Do what I want.
You get to train under a bunch of different characters and gain their skills, and you can also there's the story mode, and then there's also parallel quests where like you do like what if scenarios and alternate scenarios and all this other shit. It's set up very much like an MMO, and it works out beautifully for it. The multiplayer, I did get to play online with a friend who has PS3, because I was the odd man out. Everybody else had it for PS4, so I couldn't play it with them, so I played with a different friend on PS3. PS3 is admittedly the short end of the stick, and I did say that in our review for that.
It never went up, yay!
Oh yeah, we never, okay. But we did, take my word for it, we reviewed it, and I mentioned having the PS3 version.
I kind of, side note, want to re-review it at some point, just because now we have DLC.
Yes.
Side note.
Yes. Speaking of, the DLC is good. Get a season pass. You get a bunch of extra shit.
Like, if you're wondering, our season pass is worth it, if you're one of those people that's like, DLC's not worth it. This game's like, DLC's worth it.
It is. You get a bunch of extra skills, extra equipment shit. Customizing your character, there's like... I only really wish... my only small complaints with Dragon Ball Xenoverse, besides the fact that it... Like, my major complaints are that there's not... there's a lot of equipment customization, but there's also not as much as you would expect it to have.
There's not as much, there's a lot of, stuff from the actual show, which is cool, but there's not enough customizable, customizable stuff, like just generic crap that you can change colors to.
And those ones, there's a clear hierarchy, unless you're the Frieza race character, because the Frieza race character has 3 different really good ones all at the end. But all the other ones, it's okay, this one's good, and then this one's better, and then that one's the best one.
The human and Saiyans also have a split in the second, their second best ones.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, you can get away with just about anything. Justin runs the second tier, or the lowest tier, the second lowest tier of Frieza race armor, just because it looks better. Another major factor is you level up your characters like an MMO character. I think the level cap right now is 99. Fuck if I know if anyone out of our group actually has that far, because once you get up into the mid 80s, it takes fucking forever to level up. The level cap is 99.
I'm 3 levels from it.
Okay.
I'm 86 with my main character right now.
I've got an 87 with my current main, which is my Freezy Pop race, actually. I will say the character customization was for first try adequate, and I would love to see them make a sequel, because it's really promising concept, and a lot of people liked this game. So I want them to make a sequel.
Die, Missile Barrage.
Die.
Big Bang Attack.
Disappear for good.
Yeah.
Can't I change the future?
Oh God.
Landon,
If I may,
Landon, what? Okay, go ahead. Before.
Xenoverse was one of my honorable mentions, so I'm going to pull a Landon and give my 2 cents on the game real quick. It is a really fun game. My biggest and really only major problem with the game is the fucking unlock system is retarded.
Yeah,
It's like you have to go through like this very specific like sequence of events to maybe have Vegeta or whoever the fuck show up at the end of the fight, and if you beat him, maybe Goku will show up or whatever the fuck after that, and if you beat him, you have a chance of unlocking a skill or a character or something. It's fucking stupid. If they fixed that, this game would be fucking amazing.
Well, like I said, it's because of the MMO aspect. So, like, if you've played MMOs before, you would realize you would see that it's literally just like that.
But I don't like MMOs, is the thing.
Yeah. So basically, Jack's complaining about something in a genre that he's just not accustomed to. But I mean, I can understand that. Not a lot of people, not
like,
everybody likes the random stuff.
Yeah, that is a problem that seriously drops this game's score from like a 9 to a 7.
Another thing that I was getting on about the customization is when Landon was mentioning the you can get away with doing whatever for your equipment. It is really true, actually, because as you level up, you can put stats into whatever, and your equipment will the more stats it gives to something else, the more it's going to take away from something else. In almost literally 9 times out of 10, that's going to be the case. There's only a very few equipment that will be like take away 4 but give 5. Like everything will be like take away this amount, give this amount to a different stat. So you can get away with anything basically if it pertains to your playstyle. There's almost limitless options really in this game.
Honestly, the way I see how it works is a lot really close to Pokemon training when you're doing IVs and EVs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because you only focus on two stats to really go through, and that's, I mean, I have a really round character in Lexine in terms of the Xenoverse, but like I honestly have like my two major skills or stats that I'm focusing on, and then like go through everything else and kind of level that up as well. But I mean, it's like kind of similar to that, honestly. If you do that, you'll be pretty at home.
So yeah, Xenoverse, really good customization, good game.
Landon didn't say anything really major, but he likes it, and he also doesn't like the random aspect. There is a way to get away with that, to like still have kind of that, but have the drop rate not be, I don't know, fucking 0.5, be like 50%. Doesn't
it have Elder Kai in your party?
Well, there's that, but I mean, like, in the future games, like, without having to have 100% drop rate, is, like, maybe have it at 50% and not have, like, if you do something, that always happens. If you do the thing for the ultimate finish, you always make the ultimate finish happen. Like, that's the part. Like, as long as they always, if you do the thing,
that was my only issue. Justin said the game is hard, and it is challenging, but I like that it's not that easy when it gets to later missions. It can be a little frustrating if you are not playing with a friend, though, because if you are playing with the AI, you will die a lot. Even
one friend usually is enough on some of the hard missions.
Me and Landon,
even one friend's enough.
Me and Landon almost did the one where it's like the gauntlet of Goku's and Vegeta's.
Yeah, we almost, like, I think if we did it again, we could do it, like, really easy, but, because we were trying to, like, fucking go for the ultimate and take on, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, which we didn't have to, but, no, it's definitely fun. It's something, like, I put, like, way too many hours into, not just playing with these guys, playing with some other people as well. Like, they're just like, Landon, you want to play some Xenoverse? And I'm like, you want some fucks?
Hey, girl, what's up? You want to fuck?
I think the last thing I'm going to say is one of the best things about playing online, though, seeing everybody else's ridiculous characters.
Goku no Piccolo.
I remember that. I did a screenshot of that like forever ago.
This game has fun online, honestly.
It does.
It does not have fun trying to get into a party. That's terrible.
Oh yeah, when the game first released, the online was fucking terrible.
Online was terrible, and like making a party is like
a pain in the ass.
It is kind of a pain in the ass.
I will admit that Xenoverse, another small flaw about Xenoverse, just to close up, I keep saying that, this is going to be the last statement, whatever, is that it has a lack of organization in some aspects, but then once you figure it out, it goes away. But like at first, like you're going to be like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this?
When you enter Toki Toki City, you're like, what the fuck? Where is everything?
I bet a lot of people don't even realize one of the buttons pulls up a map.
It does. There's a map button that you can see where you are. Still doesn't help, like, at all, because you're like, where the fuck is this thing?
I don't think anything is labeled. They just have weird icons.
Yeah, they just have weird icons. You're supposed to be like, well, what the fuck is that?
But otherwise, it's a blast.
It is a key blast.
Oh!
So that is actually me and Landon's number 3. So we're going to go on over to Justin, then skip to Jack. Justin, number 3.
By the way, DLC is really good. Buy it. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, hold on. Oh, fuck you, Yugi.
Fuck Yugi. Right in the butt.
Finished off my Dark Magician girl.
Oh, kinky.
Dude.
Anyway, sorry, I was dueling Yugi. What? Oh, number 3. My number 3 is The Touch.
Oh yeah.
Transformers Devastation. Even though, ironically enough, it's actually the
That's the one that Jack was talking about when we were at the secondhand store today.
War for Cybertron is actually the one with The Touch. This game doesn't actually have it. But it has something even better. It has cell shading. It has
gameplay?
Oh, well, that too. It has 1980s voice actors. And it has 1980s designs.
Yes.
And I just, my nipples and my dick, all 3 of them were hard.
Ow.
Oh. You have 3 dicks?
You mean 4? You're in Echidna now.
Oh, sure, why not?
You're in a Squidna now.
Oh God, that's horrible sounding. Anyway, but yeah, Transformers Devastation, for those that don't know, is Platinum Games' entry into another like beat 'em up game or hack and slash or whatever the fuck you want to call it. This time they decided, you know what, we did that Legend of Korra game, but no one gives a shit about Korra. It's all about Transformers.
That Korra game sucked, by the way.
It was actually revealed that Platinum Games are big, tremendous fucking fans of Generation 1 Transformers. That I think one of the developers has every single G1 figure. And I was like, this man is my best friend. And because I have like 6 different Optimus Primes. But yeah, you know, the game is basically just, you know, 1980s Transformers plot. Megatron does something. Optimus don't like it. Go beat his ass. You do actually have the like the old school, not just the looks, but you actually, aside from the ones that have like died, like Starscream's voice actor or Wheeljack's, you do have all the old guys, the old Bumblebee, not the fucking voiceless Bumblebee, not whoever the fuck is gonna voice Bumblebee this time, the old Bumblebee. And
yeah.
You got Frank Welker as Megatron.
Fuck yeah.
Some of the like other Decepticons might not have the same voice actors. Like some of the Constructicons, like Scrapper, do, but not all of them because, you know, obviously some have died, some they just couldn't get. Like I don't know, like they don't have the original voice for Shockwave, which kind of puzzles me because he's still around. I just don't know why they didn't do that. But anyway, I'm fanboying here. I think the game is pretty fun. The combat, I don't know if it's like kind of weird to get into. Like a lot of it focuses around transforming, because by transforming you can get like a good power hit, which can lead into a combo if you go fast enough. And obviously, different Transformers have different speeds. Optimus is probably one of the slowest next to Grimlock, because Grimlock is the only one that doesn't actually have a actual vehicle form. He's a Dinobot. He doesn't, drive around or anything like that. He's just a big fucking T-Rex. And So like you do have to like focus on the different speeds. Ironically enough, even though Sideswipe is supposed to be like a fucking Lamborghini or something, or I forgot what vehicle he was actually. I think he's a Lamborghini. He's actually not as fast as Bumblebee, who's just a fucking Volkswagen. It's kind of funny that Bumblebee is the fastest character. Every Autobot has their own strengths and weaknesses. Like some have, like it also boils down to what their special ability is, because every Autobot has their own special ability. My only complaint is that you can't play as the Decepticons, even though some of the past games by High Moon Studios had a Decepticon campaign, which is a bit of a bummer because I wouldn't mind playing as fucking Constructicons or something. But I understand why they didn't do it like with the Constructicons, because you could end up fighting Devastator, and that'd be kind of bullshit if you could just be a giant fucking combiner like that. But what they did with the game, I honestly really love the game, the way it looks and the way it feels. It's got a lot of like 80s inspired kind of like tracks in it, like a lot of heavy metal kind of shit. And you know, overall, like between like the voice actors coming back and the overall aesthetic of the game, it's like playing the cartoon, which I think is amazing. I don't think I've ever played a Transformers game that made me as nostalgic as this game did, other than the Cybertron games. But that's my nerdgasm taken care of. Someone else go before I do something I regret.
It's my turn.
Yep, Jack, number dose.
All right, Cloud, your number 2 is Splatoon.
Yours is Splatoon also?
Yes.
Yes.
Landon, your number 2 is Splatoon.
I'll never tell.
Is it?
All right, let's talk about Splatoon.
Okay, so yeah, I was definitely foreshadowing when Justin was like, I have 3 dicks, and I was like, you're in a squidna, because we're all going to talk about squids.
I don't get it.
I have 135 hours in this game.
You're fucking queer.
I know. Isn't it great?
This game is fun.
Splatoon is a fucking awesome game that was developed and released by Nintendo, and it is it's a shooter.
Their best new IP in years,
and it's the best. It's like their only new IP in years, except for I guess The Wonderful 101. Landon, Xenoblade.
I have lots and lots of things. There's lots of things wrong with that statement. But all right, I'll let you continue for now.
There's a matter of opinion.
No, it's like in terms of new IPs, you're just wrong. But you can continue for now. I'll let you.
Oh.
Name 3 more.
Fox Boy.
That's not.
That's new IP.
Did they develop it?
It's by HAL Laboratories.
That counts.
Fair enough.
It counts. Rusty's whatever, but baseball simulator is a new IP.
But anyway, okay, so Splatoon is weird.
Hey, I was naming 3 IPs. You can wait your turn.
You shoot ink. You swim through it, and
Dylan's Rolling Western. That's 4. There you go.
There's a bunch. Back to Splatoon. There's a bunch of different game modes. There's a single player, but like nobody pays attention to that.
Oh. Because honestly, it's pretty lame until you get to the final boss.
And then it's still lame, because it's the final boss.
But the multiplayer, let's talk about that.
It's pretty lame, because it's the final boss.
So I'm okay at this game, I guess.
You're pretty bad.
I'm better than you.
You're pretty terrible.
Are you better than me?
I'll fucking roll you into fucking Split.
Okay, yeah, that's one thing about Splatoon is you have different weapon options. You can like take
most
different
shooters.
You can take different roles. Okay, but we're talking about Splatoon. We're talking about Splatoon, so we still have to mention it.
No, we don't.
I'm being inclusive.
We don't have to talk about anything.
We talked about everything with Xenoverse.
I know.
Oh, that's true.
Because we chose to.
And what if I choose to want to talk about Splatoon?
I'm going to choose.
So Splatoon,
choose to
Landon, shut the fuck up. Cloud, shut the fuck up. Splatoon is a game where you shoot ink at people and you shoot ink on the ground, and there are different game types and blah, blah, blah. It's fun.
What?
I was going to say that, and Landon interrupted me earlier.
I apologize.
I don't apologize, and I take
okay.
Jack's apology and I shove it up his butt.
It's okay, Landon. I apologized for you.
I shoved your apology up your butt.
You can't do that. You don't know my name.
Oh, we did it, folks.
We did it, folks. We did it.
You guys are dumb.
I know. But
for every time you guys act stupid, that's one more time I'm going to have to slap Cloud.
So
okay.
So here's a question.
Yes.
When you play Splatoon,
yes.
just what early 2000s punkish shirt do you want to wear? Because there's a lot of them.
I can go put on my Blink-182 shirt. I'll do it.
I'll wear nothing.
They're not like super punk, but whatever. It's like this game is a weird combination of Super Mario Sunshine, Team Fortress 2, and Jet Set Radio. And
yes.
I love it, and I love everything about it. And in my face.
Jack
really, my
disclaimer: Jack loves all of those games.
It's true. Really, my only complaint with the game, aside from its subpar single player, I don't want to say it's like bad, but it's nothing special. Is that when the game first released, it didn't have a whole lot of content.
It was hollow. Like it was clearly waiting for more content.
It was one game type, Turf War, and there were 5 maps total. Now there's like 17 maps, 4 game types, and a bunch more weapons. And
the best part is it was all free.
Everything is free. People, other developers that aren't Nintendo, this is how you DLC. This is how you DLC. Please. Do free DLC, please. Just do that. Landon, do you have anything to say?
No.
Should we tell the tale of our treacherous climb to A- and B rank?
Please no.
Respectively?
Oh my god.
That was... Oh, wait. A moment of silence for all the games that we lost because of Jonah.
Fuck Jonah.
Yeah, you remember Jonah?
Fuck Jonah.
Jonah was a... God. You know, what's sad is that guy was probably like 7.
Probably.
Fuck him. Get good.
Yeah, get good, Jonah. What the hell?
He was so bad. He was averaging like less than 200 points per game.
When I was 7, I was already playing Contra.
Get on his level.
Okay, but for the benefit of the doubt, maybe it's like his first game.
Fuck him.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
You're a kid, you're a squid. Okay, I've said everything.
The amiibo support is like cool, but
yeah.
I don't know if it's something that you want to pay $35 for.
Yeah. It's basically like different versions of the story missions, which is all right. I mean, it gives it gives you more things to do.
Yeah.
But
is it $35 worth? I don't know.
Is the schoolgirl outfit worth $35?
Well, I can get that without paying $35, so.
Oh. Either way. Wait, how do you get it without paying... Oh, right. Wait, what? How do you get it without paying $35?
I'll never tell.
Oh. But why would you wear the schoolgirl outfit when you can be me and be the real big fish? I am
the
real big fish.
I know. I was there.
I was there.
I was there.
Insert Justin being like, you guys are dumb.
Yeah, that's all we had to say. Splatoon's a fun game. Go play it.
I didn't say anything.
Oh, well, what do you want to say?
I don't want to say anything.
Okay, then don't say anything. Justin, go. Talk about Xenoverse.
Wait, what game?
Wait, you already talked about Xenoverse. Never mind.
What the fuck?
Talk about Xenoblade. My bad.
Okay, because it's number 2.
You knew it.
Xeni Weenie Blade Chronicles. X. Whatever. So let's talk about how my skull can already fly. No. Honestly, the main attraction to this game wasn't so much just like, what came before it because I never played that game. And that game is way too expensive to try and buy now, so I just said, forget it, I'll just get the next one. And generally, I like sci-fi a little bit more than fantasy, so when I heard there was mechs, my Armored Core boner went into space. And so that was that. It took me see, they said it would take you 30 hours to get your first skill. I got mine in 28 hours, so fuck them.
Oh, man. You're so fast.
Technically, that would be fast. Sort of. And then fucking, once you get your skill, you're like, I don't want to get out of this. Whenever you get to a cave that's, too low, and you're trying to, come on, skill, fucking crouch. But he won't because he's too big. And you're like, God damn it. But, once you actually, here's the thing about Xenoblade. This is why I think it's better than any Bethesda game ever. You actually get a sense of progression in this game. You don't feel like, oh, I'm doing this, I've already seen this, I've seen that too. What the fuck am I doing with my life? You're like, oh, look at that. I wonder how the fuck I get up there. And it's like, well, I'm not that superhuman. Even though my jump is incredibly high, I still can't get up there. What the fuck? And then a little bit later, you're doing quests, all this other shit. You get your first skill, you're like, holy shit, this skill jumps high. Wait a minute, maybe now I can jump up that cliff. And you do it, you're like, fuck, man. And, you kind of have that mindset where it's like, the more shit you get, what else can you reach now? And then once you get to the point where you can actually fly, because there's been this one nav point, or this probe point that's been pissing the fuck off of me, whatever the English, because I could never get to it. And it's like, where the fuck is it? And it's like one of the main quests to get in the skill to fly is to do a quest that actually involves getting to that point. Except now they tell you, oh, it's in the air. That's why you can't get it. You have to fly, and it's like, oh, no wonder I can never find it. So you fly up, you do the probe point, and you're like, wait a minute. There's giant fucking islands and shit in the sky. That means I can get to them now. That means the entire world is now open to me. I wonder what else I can find. So you just have this mentality that the more shit you unlock, the more shit you gain access to, which is actually entirely true. Because once you get the ability to fly, now you start seeing that there's a bunch of fucking floating islands in the air, and you can actually get to them when normally there was no way of you ever getting to them. So I think this does what most sandbox games kind of fail at, and actually make you feel like you're getting something done. Whatever you're doing is actually progressing you. You don't feel like you've just seen the same fucking mountain 30 times. It's like, I wonder what's on top of that mountain, which you can very possibly get to. So, I like that. That's exploration done right. Even if, a lot of it is just combat. You still feel like you're unlocking something new every time you do something significant. And that's good game design, in my opinion. Beyond that, I've played MMOs before, mostly Phantasy Star and shit like that. So the battle system's not as difficult as I thought it would be. I don't know why I was thinking too hard on that. And generally, I like the characters. They're pretty fun to have. You can always have you're kind of like the tactician from Awakening, where you can kind of be whatever the fuck you want to be, whereas everybody else is stuck in their own classes. So you can kind of just mix and match weapons and classes and just make yourself as broken as possible. So I like that. I like the customization of that. And I absolutely love the skills. So Xenoblade, definitely a good game. I'm kind of glad I checked it out because I originally wasn't really thinking too much of it, but now that I've actually played it, I'm like, wow, this is probably the best sandbox game I've ever played. So, yeah, Ludes.
All right, so I guess we're back to Jack for our number ones.
Yay! Okay, so you all knew it was coming. My number one is Lexine is going to take all your money.exe.
God damn it.
I knew it.
I played that game.
So you all knew it was coming. I mean, obviously, it's just the best game that came out this year. I mean, you bet money, and you play blackjack, and then you lose or win money back. How amazing. It's revolutionary.
There you go.
And it was also a school project
There you go.
done by Landon.
I don't get it.
I get it.
I didn't get it.
Don't worry. You don't have to get it because I did.
Okay,
It's a
good.
work of art.
It is? All right, then.
Anyway.
Moving on. Cloud, what's your
Okay.
number? Cloud, what's your number?
For real though.
Cloud, what's your number one? Cloud, what's your number one?
Check
Have
what's
you
your
finished
deal.
those errands?
Have you finished those errands?
Fuck. So my number one, for real though, is a game that a lot of people love, and a lot of people don't love so much.
Witcher 3.
No. Witcher 3 is not my number one. No, thank you.
Witcher 3 is pretty much reviled by all of us.
I mean, alright, so my number one is an RPG that a lot of people have played, and a lot of people really like.
Fuck me.
It's Fallout 4.
You thought he was going to say Undertale.
No, I'm serious. Fallout 4 is my game of the year.
No, that's what Cloud thought.
Yeah.
I know.
I know.
Yeah, no, I'm serious.
You pulled the fake
Fallout-
out. You pulled the
Fallout-
fake out on me.
Fallout 4 was actually... God, I'm fucking with you. Undertale is my game of the year. Fallout 4 wasn't even an honorable mention
It
for me.
wasn't.
No.
All right, so me and Jack are going to be talking about this together because that is also my number one game of the year. And
Under
for
boob.
the second year in a row, the last game I got to play last minute became my game of the year. So here we go.
So under boob. It's great. It's boob that's under.
This game is so good. I have so many feels from this game. Okay, I don't remember his fucking name because I was just so intently into like the prospect, like the adventure of the game. But that cute little ghost dude that like hates himself, I love him. Napstablook. Okay, I love him, and I'm so pissed because I killed Toriel at the beginning of the game, and I killed Undyne, and I'm God. I'm
Spoilers.
Cloud. I'm a monster.
Get the good ending tomorrow. Just get the good ending, and you'll feel good.
Yes.
Don't kill anyone.
This game is
Undertale. So Undertale is a fucking awesome RPG. It's a really short one, which is really my only complaint with it, honestly. It's like 6 hours long, but it's a really like unique RPG in the sense that you don't have to kill anything. And it's encouraged that you don't, because if you don't kill anything, you get the good ending. If you do kill things, then you get the neutral ending. If you go out of your way to kill literally every single thing, which requires a lot of walking back and forth and a lot of grinding, then you get the really, really bad ending.
So basically, Justin, if you want, you can go ahead and just do a genocide run.
Yay!
But no, it's like it's like the game, and this game has this is a fucking hilarious game. Probably the best writing in any game that came out
All
this
of
year.
the settings are spaghetti.
It's
When they think you tested in class, but you're just playing with spaghetti.
Fuck. And it's like this game like has like it's really good at like just generally playing with your emotions. Like it's funny, it's really fucking sad at points, and it's just the characters are fantastic. You know, it's got a great story.
Can we
Although,
talk about
like
how well paced the game is?
Yes, the game
Because
is
it's just
fantastically paced.
It's just right from the beginning. You have something interesting happening, and then you're just swept right in, and it sucks you in, and you just want to keep going relentlessly.
The gameplay is really interesting.
It's unique.
But it's
I'll explain it because I already have. If you can't think of how to explain it, I have it. So the gameplay, it's very interactive. So it has a unique twist I can't compare it to any other game that does this. You have, when you go into the fights, you have you can either do a fight meter, which it'll be like kind of like any of like the golf games you've ever played. There's like a meter and there's a bar that goes back and forth, and you have to hit a certain sweet spot for that to do the extra damage. A lot of enemies you'll have to hit the key multiple times to get the most bang out of your buck. But if you're not actually trying to kill something, you want to go into the talk command or ask command, and you'll have like of all these different options depending on what the enemy is, and they'll be like, oh, this was ineffective or this was effective. And there's even humor and like other like really nice dialogue, even when you're just doing that and checking your different options. One of my favorites is when you fucking flex and one of the enemies flexes himself out of the
Aaron!
fight. Aaron is so great.
The best enemy in the game is Tsundere plane. It's literally a small plane that is Tsundere towards you.
I haven't fought that one yet. Another one of my favorites though was like one of the gelatin ones, but it was like the big one, and you can unhug it, and it was like it respects you it appreciates you respecting its boundaries. I was like, Tumblr, what the fuck?
Yeah, just really good things about this game in general. Oh, what?
Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention more part of the battle system. There's obviously there's your standard items and equipment. You can actually change your equipment mid-fight, which is great. And the dodging mechanic is actually extremely different from anything else I've ever. This is one of the key things here. You'll get attacks fired at you, and you have a soul, which is your heart, and you'll have a rectangle or square or whatever shape it wants to give you.
It's a box.
It's a box of varying sizes, and the attacks will enter the box, and your goal is to, if it is not blue, because there are blue things that will not harm you as long as you're not moving, you need to move out of the way. So it's kind of got like a weird dodging shoot-'em-up aspect to it. It's so different, and I like it.
It's what's also really cool is that every enemy has its own like unique like little bullet hell mini game.
Yes.
Every time they attack you, and sometimes like if you have more than one enemy attacking you at the same time, their attacks will like combine together in like the same box. So it just gives you like more shit to dodge, and I really like the way that's handled. Overall, sorry.
The best way to explain it to Landon is think Bit Trip Void but opposite.
Kinda, yeah. Really overall, it's just a fantastic game. I mean, like,
talk about the music.
The music is very good. Yes.
It is. Keep going.
Toby Fox is a genius, and I mean, one thing I can say, I don't want to. This is definitely not the game's fault, but the fan base is fucking awful.
Yeah, the fan base is fucking awful, unfortunately, because the game itself is great.
You like even something like Toby himself like doesn't like pretty much hates the fan base for the game, because like I remember one time he said on Twitter, "Hey, you should probably go and buy this game before it gets huge and it becomes like popular to hate or whatever." Yeah, I don't have anything else to say. I'm done. Yeah, Papyrus is my husband, though.
One of my favorite characters is little ghost boy. The little like the little kid that was like a little dinosaur that like inadvertently saves your ass and then you save him.
I don't remember his name,
but he just a lot of the characters are all just really great, and I'm fucking sad that I killed a couple of the really cool characters right off. I was like messaging my friend Sam, and she was like, "You killed Undyne! She's my favorite character, you bastard!" And I was like, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to."
Yeah, Cloudhog. How could you kill Goat Mom?
Very easily.
I didn't mean to.
Never again.
I didn't mean to.
We're done now. Justin, go.
My number 1d1 times 1, I don't know, is Murgurgur, the fanny pack.
Okay, that's its official name now.
I mean, a lot of you saw this coming because I wouldn't shut up about it. And the fact, Kojima's love, Kojima's life. This ended up being his last contribution for Konami before they decided they just wanted to dive into like 6 tons of shit. So I mean, they were already going in that direction during its development. They just didn't take that final swan dive until the very end of development. But yeah, I mean, I know it's not as story driven as pretty much any game, especially 4. But the story bits that do happen in the game actually did legitimately make me go, "Oh shit, nigga." Because like there is a few things that I didn't really see coming. Like they actually did catch me by surprise, so I'm quite happy about that. I'm actually very happy because I swore to myself I will not watch spillers on the tubes of you for this game, because this is one of those games you do not spoil for yourself or you will hate yourself forever. And I didn't, and I'm happy about that because I got to enjoy it to the full extent, which honestly is how I think you should always play a Metal Gear game, especially a Metal Gear game. Like at first I did have like a weird like issue with like the fact that Snake had a new voice. I'm like, I'm not used to this. But considering the fact that he barely says anything, and by the end of it all, I thought he did a decent job, that didn't really bother me anymore. But I do like the buddy system. Some are more useful than others. Like D-Walker is mainly just if you want to just like fucking skate around a Russian base while listening to the spinning of Right Round while you flamethrower people to death. That's what I did. And like fucking Quiet is like the Lord of Headshots. Like if you get her final gun, there's literally nothing that she can't take down aside from anything that's actually armored and Metal Gear itself. Because the final sniper you can get, the most powerful like armor-piercing sniper rifle, shoots through helmets. So the whole problem you have with Quiet shooting people's helmets off and not actually killing them, that's not an issue anymore. Because one shot, one kill. They're just dead. It doesn't matter anymore. DD is good for scouting, especially since he's got the fucking wall hacks going on. That's completely broken. There's like never anything that he can't spot. Like I believe he can also spot vehicles, which I guess he smells the gasoline, which would make sense because he also snips out like mines and shit. And then there's D-Horse, which is just a horse. Get used to it. There's not really much to D-Horse other than, I guess, if you want to like shoot your missile launcher of doom while being completely mobile at the same time, since you can't use your regular weapons on D-Walker despite how fast he moves, and he's a little bit unwieldy when he's going at full speed, whereas D-Horse has better mobility, but he's a little slower. He's definitely a buddy you want to use if you're fighting a boss or something that's constantly on the move. But overall, I think the game is great. The FOB system is a bit weird to me, honestly. I mean, it pleases me when I can go and challenge a squiggly who's invaded my home turf, and I'm like, I don't care if you're Japanese. You ain't better than me, motherfucker. And I just pop his head. But what do you call it? It's a fun little concept, but I think it can get kind of old after a while, so I don't recommend playing it too much. Metal Gear Online is okay, I guess. It's obviously not developed by the same people who it's not developed by like fucking Kojima and as a single player, because that's how it was in Metal Gear Solid 4. It was developed by a different company, Kojima Productions LA. That's what I was trying to say. But before this gets too long, I'd just like to say I'm a big fan of Metal Gear. This was honestly an excellent addition to the Metal Gear franchise, and honestly, I'd rather it just go out this way because I don't want to see it continue into like a fucking zombie franchise where it's just like, ugh, They should have just fucking ended it after 5, because now it's just fucking awful. Which Konami's no doubt going to run it to the ground, but at least the last game was developed by Kojima.
It's good. Good stuff.
All
right. Yeah. My number 1 is Xenoblade Chronicles X. It's a good game. All right.
Oh.
Now what?
We eat souls.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Xenoblade Chronicles, I mean, the other people said stuff about it, Jack and Justin. I really liked it. I don't know. Still working on it. I haven't had...
We all are.
Someone's been watching Netflix on the Wii U, so I can't fucking even play that.
Your dad is an asshole.
My dad is... So I've been playing fucking Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon.
Eat his soul.
I will. But last time I played it back in 2015. Not really, though. I think I played it more recent than that. But I have, like, Skells now, and I'm, like, fucking rocking that shit. Yeah, its story isn't as good as Xenoblade Chronicles, but I like the exploration. I like the fact that from day one, as soon as I could, like, leave the town, like, after you start your first, like, little tutorial mission, once you get out on the road, and you're allowed to, like, do whatever, I basically swam across 2 oceans and explored different areas that, you know, took, like, I don't know, a good 10 minutes to, like, swim across to get to, but I could do that. You can go from one end of the map to the other from, like, the moment you can get out. You don't need skills. They're not required by any means, like, in terms of, like, going across the map. Unlike other games that you need to have, like, something in order to get to another area where you have to, like, complete a portion of the story in order to unlock that area. No, you can just go from one end to the other and explore everything that you want to. Almost everything. There's some stuff that you need a skill for, and then certain things that you do need a flying, like, to be able to fly for. What I have played of in terms of the story has been pretty interesting. So, like, it's not terrible. It's just not as good as Xenoblade Chronicles before it. But the combat's really good. It's really solid, really fluid. If you liked Xenoblade Chronicles in terms of combat, you'll enjoy this one. There's a bunch of different classes you can pick and choose from, which basically boils down to different skills and arts and what weapons you use. And if you're, like, too good at the game, you can fucking basically use any weapon ever that you want to. And there's a bunch of different, like, other characters you can, like, AI partners you can have join you in terms of, like, story-based ones, or you can get, like, friends, avatars, or characters to join you, so you can take Jade out for a walk.
I did.
The character customization's pretty good, and I like the fact that the voice options, you actually know who the voice actors are. It's not, like, hidden between the hero voice or voice 1, but no, it's actually, like, it says, like, a descriptive, like, what it kind of sounds like, plus it has the voice actor's name. So you don't have to
Landon,
guess. Yes.
Once again, the self-fulfilling prophecy. Because remember, when you first played Xenoblade, you said, oh my god, they actually say the voice actors' names next to the fucking voice options. Automatic Game of the Year.
I might have said that. Sure.
You did in fact say that,
right.
I remember.
I might have called a couple things Game of the Year, though. So.
Because last year you were like, Captain Toad's going to be Game of the Year.
I said that beforehand, and I was just...
It's true. And then Captain Toad was in fact Game of the Year.
It was a good game. This one's an alright game. I don't know, I played a lot of games this year, and I played a lot of games I enjoyed. More than I've talked about.
Okay, so that was our Game of the Year 2015 list. Thank you all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. Thank you, and have a great day.